My first live on this channel. I am so excited. I thought I could go live like a while ago and I couldn't because I didn't something with the verification. But anyways, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Nicole Diaz and this channel is politically incorrect. So welcome to my community. I wanted to go live because it's just easier to put forth a video and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind for a little, and that's this cancel culture. And I kind of want to see other people's thoughts on it. I personally don't like it. I let me Google a definition for you. Well, I actually have the definition, but I'm just going to give it to you anyway. Hey, Brandy, how are you doing? I'm talking about cancel culture. My thoughts on it. So I want to see. Okay, if I mess up on these words, I am so sorry. Cancel culture. Cancel culture or call out culture is a modern form of ostracism in which someone is thrust out of social or professional circles, whether it be online, on social media, or in person. The expression cancel culture has mostly negative connotations and is commonly used in debates on free speech or censorship. Okay. Um, I'm going to read you a definition from the Urban Dictionary. All right. Just because we see it a lot online. I'm online a lot, and I'm starting to just see this cancel culture being displayed over and over again, and I just don't like it. All right. Urban Dictionary defines canceling as to dismiss something or somebody. I can't imagine a something. And to reject an individual or idea. And when a person uses the term or I don't know what that means. I think it's unironically, it reveals a big problem with our culture. Cancel culture as it currently exists. This is the part that I really wanted to focus on. Cancel culture as it currently exists doesn't give people a chance to learn from or apologize from their wrongdoings. All right, let me read that again. So I really like how how it's summed up here, and it's still going along with the actual definition. It's just like in urban terms, I guess. To dismiss something or somebody, to reject an individual or idea. And when people use the term unironically, it reveals a big problem. The big problem is it doesn't give people a chance to learn from or apologize for their wrongdoings. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And I am not going to be here long. I love that big heart, Brandy. Thank you. So I believe that we're all a work in progress, and hopefully we will continue, because if we're stagnant, what happens when things become stagnant? It's not good. There's no growth. So if we're afraid to speak out, I think with this cancel culture, we're afraid. You have to worry about what you say so much. And I'm just going to I'm treading lightly, some racial, let's say somebody, um, maybe their mom said something that's like racist, let's just say, and then the child goes on to live their life. But with this cancel culture, the mom statements will come out, and that child is then put on display, could lose their job and everything else. And I have seen so many issues where somebody has said something, and I'm just wondering, we either are going to be a uh, I use the term freedom of speech very lightly, but if we start censoring each other's speeches, where does it stop? And I'm not saying that we should say racial terms or anything like that. I absolutely do not agree with it. But then to have to lose your livelihood and things like that, I don't know. I'm just not for it. I think that it doesn't give people room to have a conversation. Let's say I'm talking to, I don't know, like one of the most extreme hate groups. Um, Maybe I don't agree with the group. Let's say Black Lives Matter, right? I should be able to have a conversation without worrying about losing my job or my livelihood if I piss off the wrong people. I'm not saying that you should be allowed to spread hate or target a group with violence, but I think that we should be able to speak our mind about things without worrying about our family. I mean, I think it's absolutely ridiculous if if I say something like, let's just say the N word in this case. I disagree with losing your job over it. It's painful, but I think if those consequences are that severe, then how do we, where do people go if we're talking? Yeah, I'm not saying that we should use that word. I don't use that word, and I'm a person of color, right? I'm a black woman, but I don't like that word. But do I think if somebody uses it, they should be eliminated? I don't. I don't think things are nice, but I think that that's what I mean, Brandy. And I love the way you worded that. It's a very fine line, but yes, we should never lose our freedom or speech or livelihood. And that's what I mean. And I'm trying, I know that is a really sensitive word. I understand it. I feel it too. I do. Um, I don't even like when my own race uses it, even though I understand there's some people that's gonna say like, "Oh, we're trying to take the sting out of it. We can use it amongst our own group." But I really think that creates a little bit of confusion, especially when it's in the rap music. I think that if we're not gonna use that word, then no one should. I don't think that we should. I know there's a certain way to say it, but if somebody's gonna lose their livelihood, I just don't think that's okay. I want to let me see if I can pull this story up really quickly. And I know, feel free to disagree with me. I'm sorry. This cancel culture thing is just really horrible. You can say something. There was a situation when a woman said something. This was the woman who said, it's gonna come back to me. She said something, she got on the flight and she came back and her life was almost ruined because she had a conversation. And I'm not saying that it was good or bad. It was not something I would agree with. But the problem is whatever she said was replayed over and over again and it became viral and so many people seen it. When she stepped off the plane, people were saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And this woman, just one mistake uh really took a devastating hit on her life. Let me tell you something more specific though, and just put my notes up really quick because there was something I didn't realize, and that is, even if you own a company, you can lose it somehow if you say the wrong thing. And I just don't agree with it. I understand there's boards and shares and stuff like that, but um I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm talking about because I'm just gonna read it to you. Hopefully I can pull it up. All right, I'm gonna read you this article. Maybe I can play it. Let's see. So that would be a lot better. Okay, so let me tell you what I'm talking about. So Papa John pizza founder was accused of struggling to stop saying the N-word. If you guys don't know that story, in 2000, I think I should play it versus say it because I'm not the most articulate person in the world. But basically, what happened in 2018, Papa John Pizza founder John Schnatter, I can't pronounce it, was reported to have used a racial epithet in a conference call the previous year and also described graphic descriptions of violence against racial minorities. Of course, I don't agree with that. But again, um, I believe there's consequences. People don't have to eat there, but where do we draw the line in this speech thing? Soon after, Schnatter was replaced as the company's CEO, who said the racism had no place at Papa John. Schnatter admitted that he used the N-word, resigned as Papa John's chairman for the company board of directors, and his image was removed from all marketing materials. But in a recent interview, Schnatter said he's been trying to get the N-word out of his life. But Schnatter that was his company, and I just don't. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it, and I would like to know other people's thought on that. I know that it's not. Yeah, it's a horrible word. I feel painful, but to lose your whole company, I wonder if the people that took over his company, and what people don't realize, that he was speaking. Okay, I'm not gonna make excuses because it's obviously wrong, and I know that it's a very sensitive subject. But if it's your company and you build it, and a lot of it's for me, it's like, are we gonna take the word away or not? I just think that the consequences can't be different for different groups of people. So that's what I mean about this cancel culture. And think about like the kids, and there's so many stories that's like that. I just think that it's a horrible thing, but there's been times where people have admitted to using that word, and I just feel like, how can we have a conversation if there's nowhere for people to go in that conversation? If they're just going to be outed, if they're going to be having to worry about, oh wow, if I change my mind about something, or if we talk about something, then I won't be able to feed my kids after. And then I think that puts us in a very bad place. I really feel we should be able to have a conversation about stuff, even racial issues, and come to understandings. A lot of times, the ignorance comes from not knowing a certain person, not growing up around that person, and we get certain prejudices in our head, and then we just don't like a group of people for whatever reason. But I can tell you, a lot of people who didn't like black people, I've gotten along with, and a lot of vice versa. Black people who felt a certain way about white people, blah blah blah. I've seen situations where coming together on common ground, you don't see all the racism and things like that. And I really think it's a start. I just think that everything starts with a conversation. But if we are this cancel culture is just wrong. We should be able to make honest mistakes and learn from them, because if we don't have that freedom, then I really don't think we could call ourselves a democracy, especially, well, we're considered a republic democracy, but that's not the point. My point is there really freedom of speech, or is there not? And I see it online a lot. You say one thing and people want to hound on it. It's like they want like this holier than thou image. And how can you cancel people out when they're still here? And I feel like that's one trend that we should do away with. I'm going to keep that very short and sweet, but I wanted to I mean, this guy lost total control. I know what people will think, oh, he deserved it and stuff like that. Um, Let me read this. If Schnatter, that's the guy who owned Papa John, who was CEO of his company, he lost his company, right? If Schnatter wanted to get back to working at Papa John, probably having an interview on cancel culture, which led to the company trending alongside the N word, probably isn't the way to go. While it seems like Snyder misspoke in the interview, that was a pretty big mistake to make, especially considering that he's actually admitted to using the N word. And at that point, Snyder is just digging a bigger hole for himself. So, people they don't care. But I was listening to an interview on him, and he was talking about uh, just how there wasn't a second chance. Um, Schneider did file a lawsuit. Let me see if I can see a short video on it. I think I found one. 2021. I wanted to play like the latest one. I think I could play it without getting a copyright strike. Let's see. Okay, it's playing the ad, but then I'm gonna play from, again, this is John Snyder, who released an audio where John Snyder released the audio of saying the N-word. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Okay, wait, you won't be able. They're showing a video of it, but I don't want to Let me show you something better while I do that, because this one is even later. This one's in April. Kind of want to give you guys a background on that. And he's upset because he had to leave the company that he founded. So I just don't really know what to think. And I don't know. I think it's pretty bad, but maybe some people don't feel sorry for him at all. And I'm not saying that anyone should, though. 2020. Okay, wait, maybe. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is from CNBC. That I'm gonna play this article, and hopefully, it will play. Never mind. It's just gonna read it. But anyways, you guys get the gist of what I was saying. I don't know why. I don't know why this app won't play fouls, but it just won't for some reason. And I think that for some reason, he's trying to get his company back. I don't think it'll work. So, I know what I do. Let me play something that I saved on my video file. And that's what I'll try to do. Let me play something else. You guys will get this one. They call it like the day of reckoning for him, but let's see if I can get this.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Living currently in Mark Shapiro should be in jail. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
So that one interview, this is kind of like his downfall.
The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what right?
So yeah, I think that is pretty horrible, and that's kind of like I was just playing like his sentiment from that. Like he's still pretty like bitter over that, and I just think that even though it was a horrible thing that happened, I just think it's interesting that you can own a company, and that it can just go that fast. I think that that's pretty bad, and I think it's a scary time where you have to be so careful about what you say, because if you make a mistake, then you're canceled out. And that's my thoughts on that. I am going to make I'll make a video about this John about the Papa John thing, because I just didn't like it, and I really want to see other people's opinion on that. Okay. All right, you guys, I gotta run over to Misunderstood channel now, but I hope that you have a great night. And I'm sorry about sometimes my videos just won't play from the file, and I'm really worried about copyright strikes if I don't use things from my own personal library. So, all right, you guys, have a great day. Again, this channel is politically incorrect, and I'm going to be talking about stuff like this. So if you like things like that, please subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?